Yo, what is up, what is down, I don't know, but what I do know is that I'm back again with yet another video. Look, I'm a Zelda fan through and through. I've played and beaten most of the Zelda games, and even put quite the hours into spin-outs like Hyrule Warriors. So when I first saw the trailers and teasers for Breath of the Wild, I was in awe and freaking excited. My boy Link went from an awkward Wii motion controlling, guy, to being a launch title for Nintendo's next generation of consoles. So when I finally got my hands on the game, was it better or worse than I expected? Seeing as my expectations were through the roof, it was kinda impossible for the game to live up to them. However, I really enjoyed my time in Hyrule this time, both for better and for worse. Let's start by talking about the things I actually liked about the game. First of all, the sense you get from exploration is not comparable to any other Zelda game. This game feels like what Miyamoto envisioned Zelda to be when he created the series. You're just in the middle of nowhere with nothing but a glider, and a vast field to explore. This is also, in my opinion, the most complicated and in a lot of ways the most creative Zelda game. There's often not one way to achieve something, but a multitude of ways. With the Sheikah Slate, you have access to remote bombs, a magnet, the ability to create ice pillars from water, and stasis. You can also cook a vast array of foods or elixirs by combining either different food ingredients or critters with monster parts. These either gets your health back or temporarily boost your skills such as your stamina or stealth. There's almost always something new to do, with 120 shrines spread across the map and 900 Korok seeds, so you're well in over an 80 to 100 hour game at least. Breath of the Wild is a great game, but I still wouldn't put it in my top 3 Zelda games. In my opinion, when experiencing a Zelda game, there's some key elements I'm looking for. Obviously, Zelda must have its puzzles, but more importantly than that, it must have interesting dungeons. Don't get me wrong, I had fun playing through the Divine Beast. The whole rotation aspect I felt was very creative. However, all 4 beasts had the same skin. And while the rotation feature was fun for maybe 1 or 2 beasts, it got kinda repetitive by the 4th one. And in here lies my next problem, the main story quest. The main story is basically compiled of 4 towns with 4 beasts and the story cutscenes that are scattered throughout the land. These cutscenes are completely optional to find, and they don't really add that much to the game. And then finally you have your final face out with Calamity Ganon in Hyrule Castle, and then the main game is finished. It's like the developers didn't want the player to care about the main quest, and rather focus on the exploration aspect, which in their defense is incredible, but that comes with a great cost. Since you're exploring most of the time, you're stuck running around on empty fields or icy mountains. While running in those fields, you're presented to this ambient sound or music that really fits the atmosphere of the game. But in no way gives me goosebumps. Most Zelda titles prior to Breath of the Wild came with a soundtrack that left you in awe. Dark World's Overtheme in A Link to the Past, Hidden Village in Twilight Princess, Song of Healing in Majora's Mask, and many more. Ultimately, if Breath of the Wild was a standalone game, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. However, since it's carrying the legacy of the entire Zelda series, I can't but to help to notice its flaws. The game doesn't have the impact of a Zelda game I'm looking for. The minuscule size of Rito Village, the kind of forgettable Goron City, the 120 shrines that all look the same, and the many hours spent running on grass without any memorable music makes this Zelda game kinda forgettable for me. Sure, it has its moments like getting hints of the Kokiri forest and finally stumbling upon it, but that's the problem. As a whole, the game doesn't feel like a Zelda game to me. I know this video is highly subjective, and therefore I want to hear what you guys have to say. Comment down below what you guys think of Breath of the Wild and my critique. Also, don't forget to leave a like and share this video with others, since that would help this channel out so much. Until next time, bye.